A
A
G
G
L
L
E
E
S.
S. Eagles! Eagles!
Say fly, Eagles, fly.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yo, that man, you know what it is, you know what it is. Your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General Listen, man, and also a fourth for the Better Bird podcast. If you haven't done it, please make sure you hit that sub button right down there. You already know, man. It's a bell next to it to let you know when I put up all this flavor. This share button, sharing is caring, man. And also, last but not least, please make sure y'all hit that like. Listen, I just got a question for y'all, and it's kind of a rhetorical question. But if y'all can comment, and if y'all can find an answer, please comment down below. Let me know. Okay. Why in the hell does it seem like our practice squad is better than our actual roster? And I'm not saying as a whole. I'm saying individuals that come up big. I got a list of them, y'all. Come on. I got a list. So we're just going to start with this year. Travis Fulgham. Travis Fulgham led the Philadelphia Eagles in yards, and he only played really like 4 or 5 whole games. A lot of that is due to injury. I get it. I understand it. But you also had some guys healthy. You also had some rookies that you drafted that wasn't practice squad guys. See, a lot of these practice squad guys that I'm going to name, and shout out to Be More Philly, and I'll get to it while I'm shouting him out. A lot of these guys that I'm going to name were undrafted rookie free agents. You know what I mean? And I was going to first make the video why it seemed like our undrafted rookie free agents are better than our draft picks. But the more and more that I talked to Be More, and the more and more that I did my own due diligence, and I actually looked at it, that's not true. But what I can say is we are getting more production from practice squad guys. Just told you one. Travis Fulgham. And then you want to take the guy away. You want to take him away from Carson after Alshon comes back, right? Okay. Just another guy that played this year also. Boston Scott. Now, here's what I can say. He is not more productive than Miles Sanders, right? But what I can say, last year, he was more productive than a lot of guys that we had back there. You know what I mean? I know Jordan Howard and all that kind of stuff, but Boston Scott was doing his due diligence. It seemed like we hit on these practice squad guys, whoever that is, it seemed like whoever's scouting for practice squad, they need to draft. Because they know, it looked like they know talent. And then, even though he stinks now, no. I'm gonna go to another running back. Adams. Remember we had Josh Adams. Even though he wasn't all that great, he still led the Philadelphia Eagles in rushing, which is not saying a lot. I think he had like 500 yards, 516. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's still another practice squad guy. Greg Ward, the most famous of them all. The most famous of them all. Played 7 games last year, came in the clutch when we needed him. Came into the clutch this year. You know what I mean? We just wasn't good. But he has been playing better than Alshon. He has been playing better. Of course, he's been playing more, but he has been playing better than a Jackson. And you can make the argument very, very clearly that he was playing better than your number 1 pick this year. You can make the argument, right? Now, I'm on tape saying that I feel as though Ray guard was not used properly. He was not used right. But still, sometimes, you know, when you look at the eye test and the stats to go with it, some of that stuff really don't matter. It is what it is. He was more productive. Corey Clement. If you don't find him in free agency, in rookie free agency, we might not win a championship. He was that. I mean, he led us in receiving. He was that detrimental to, not detrimental, but he put the nail in the coffin, basically. He was that on his job, man, and it's a shame to see what happened now to him. It just seemed like he's running in quicksand, and it's time for us to part ways. I wouldn't have had him back this year. I would have looked at another practice squad guy in Holyfield or Warren or Killings, whatever. Practice squad produces for the Philadelphia Eagles. Yes, they do. So I don't understand. I understand that Corey Clement helped you win a Super Bowl. I just said that you probably don't win it without him. He played the game of his life, just like a lot of dudes did. You know what I mean? Like Nick Foles did, played the game of their life, but everybody was on the beam that game. When you go back and you look at that game, everybody was on the beam. Nelson Aguilar. Only person I can say that played the same was LeGarrette Blount. Everybody stepped their game up. That's why we was victorious. But that's neither here nor there. So I said Corey Clement. Even the guy, I know we grind him up. I've been grinding him up all year. But maybe Doug had a lot to do with that. But he was a practice squad guy. And a guy got hurt and he took that guy's job. Yes. Jake Elliott. Yeah. Jake Elliott. Another guy, when Cody Parkey got hurt, he played better than him. He got the job. Practice squad guy. You know what I mean? It just seems like the practice squad is where we at. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if that's going to be happening going forward. I still would have liked to see what Holyfield can do. You don't even put him on the field. They finally put Warren on the field, but didn't really do anything with him. You know what I mean? Still was trying to hang on to Corey Clement. I don't know why. Even when Miles Sanders was hurt, you had Corey Clement. You had Boston Scott basically as your lead back. You ain't going to really win no games like that. Love Boston Scott. Love what he do. Love the energy and love everything that he brings. But he can't never, ever be your lead back. Ever. Ever? Nah. But yeah, that's just a question I wanted to ask y'all. Why is it that a practice squad produces more than our starters? That's all I wanted to know. I ain't want to bug y'all too long today. You know what I mean? It's hey man, listen. It looked like it's about to snow again. It's freezing rain. My freaking hood is frozen. Make sure y'all safe out this joint, man. Seriously, like, make sure y'all safe. Ain't no speed and none of that, man. You know, get to your destination, man. Stay safe, all right? And also stay Philly, stay fresh, y'all. Yo, that!